Hello everyone. Now let us find out what is the need of this swamping resistance when we are using any instrument as an ammeter. So for that, consider the diagram here. Here you can see one network is there having one supply, one load is there and one ammeter is connected. Here we are using the PMMC instrument as an ammeter. We can use any instrument, that is your MI instrument or electrodynamometer type instrument. But here let us say we are considering the PMMC instrument. That is nothing but your permanent magnet moving coil instrument. That instrument can be used as an ammeter and that can be used as a voltmeter. So here we are considering the case when the PMMC instrument is used as an ammeter. So here you can see as we are using as an ammeter, so we need one ammeter here. That means whatever be the load current requirement is there, that will be measured by this ammeter here. Now, when we are using this PMMC instrument as an ammeter, the range of that ammeter is very small. Let us say here you can see if so, let us suppose that is 5 microamperes. Up to 5 microamperes of current that ammeter can measure. That means the load requirement is again 5 microamperes of current only. If suppose the load requirement current, that means the current required by the load, let us suppose that is 6 microamperes. Now what is happening when this 6 microamperes of current is directly flown from this ammeter? That ammeter will get damaged, but we don't want that. What we want, the 6 microamperes current that is required by the load, that should go to the load only without damaging the ammeter. So what we are doing here, we are connecting one resistance in parallel with this ammeter, that is known as the shunt resistance. What is the purpose of this shunt resistance here? Here the extra amount of current which is there, that will get bypassed through this resistor. Here that means 5 microamperes of current will be flowing from this ammeter because that is the range of that ammeter, and extra 1 microamperes of current that will be bypassed by this resistor, that is nothing but your shunt resistor. And the load requirement, that is your 6 microamperes of current, will reach to the load. So here this shunt resistance is used to bypass the extra amount of current without damaging the ammeter here. So in this way we can extend the range of that ammeter. So here when we are using the PMMC instrument as an ammeter, in that case by connecting the shunt resistance in parallel with the ammeter, we can increase the range of that instrument when we are using as an ammeter here. So as here this resistance is connected, the value of this resistance is small, so that the more amount of current will get bypassed through this resistor. Now as this is happening, when we give the supply, the current is flowing, and when this is happening, the heat will get developed in this complete instrument. Due to that heat, the temperature rise will take place, and due to that temperature rise, there will be some changes taking place in the complete instrument or in the complete network, because we already know that the resistance and the temperature, they are related to each other. Now as the heat increases, that means the temperature increases, due to that the resistance values will get changed, and due to that this ammeter will now show the error. That means it will not show your accurate reading. So what we have to do, we have to minimize that error. How we will minimize that error? By connecting a swamping resistance. Here we are connecting the swamping resistance in series with this ammeter. Here this is your swamping resistance denoted by RSW. As we are connecting this swamping resistance in series with this ammeter, what is happening? The temperature effect will get minimized and the error will get minimized. Here this shunt resistance and this swamping resistance, both are made up of same material, that is nothing but the manganese. So these two resistances are made up of the same material, that is your manganese. The value of this shunt resistance is very small, and the value of this swamping resistance is very large, that is 10 to 20 times greater than this meter resistance. We already know that every meter is having its internal resistance. So this internal resistance for this ammeter, it is denoted by Rm. Now here, the swamping resistance value, it is 10 to 20 times greater than this meter resistance. So that in this complete series network, the dominant resistance is nothing but your swamping resistance. So whatever be the changes that is taking place, or that should be considered only for the swamping resistance. Now here, this swamping resistance is connected in series. So this swamping resistance value is greater, that is 10 to 20 times greater than this meter resistance. Now here, as this value of the resistance is more, it is the more dominant resistance in this complete network. So as the value of this temperature, or you can say the resistance value, is greater in this case. Now, second characteristics, that means it is having a zero temperature coefficient. Swamping resistance is having zero temperature coefficients. That means there will be no effect of temperature on this swamping resistance. Whatever be the temperature changes taking place, there will be no effect of this temperature variations on the swamping resistance. Due to that, as there will be no changes, that means the errors will get reduced. Whatever be the errors caused due to the temperature variations before swamping resistance, that temperature variations error will get minimized here, or that will be get reduced here. So this is the function of the swamping resistors, that it will reduce the errors that will cause due to the temperature variations that will be taking place in the complete network. So this is the use of the swamping resistance, which will reduce the errors also.